Nominate a family that you think is deserving of the exterior home makeover. Brought to you by your friends at Exterior Home Solutions.
Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill. Tennessee wins at 45-14 over UTSA. Really a tale of two halves. Tennessee comes out, looks really good in the first half. Joe Milton started 14 of 16, had 3 total touchdowns in that run. Then they kind of come out a little bit lackadaisical there in that third quarter. Defense couldn't get off the field again in the third quarter. UTSA with and some bad tackling. UTSA gets 2 scores to pull it to 31-14, and then the offense kind of sputters. O-line struggles. Joe misses on some bad throws. Got to clean that up. Can't have the lulls next week. But at the same time, Tennessee scored 45.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tale of good and a tale of bad. And I think you can see that in a lot of games. Look, you wanted to see Tennessee start fast.
And they did.
They did. They started really
great.
fast. 2 touchdowns. Who knows what would have happened if Cam Seldon doesn't touch the punt on the punt block. That might have been 21-0, and it might have been 45-0 at the half, and then who knows who you're playing in the second half. I think the lesson for this team that Josh Heupel has moving forward is, hey, you got to come out of the locker room ready to play. You got to finish teams off. They didn't finish this team off until later in the third quarter. They were never in jeopardy of losing this game, but they didn't finish it off. So the good, you started well. You cleaned up a lot of mistakes that you had at Florida. You tackled well. You had 1 penalty in the first half. Joe was terrific in the first half. Your offensive line held up fine. In the third quarter, quarterback changed. They got a little momentum. You didn't answer the bell offensively the way you needed to. Defensively, you didn't tackle as well in the third quarter as you did in the first half of the football game.
We saw Dylan Sampson tonight after not seeing him a week ago. 11 carries, 139 yards, 2 scores. He was dynamic on this night.
He was. Dylan Sampson deserves a role and should have a role on this team and should play, more. I know the game dictated. You go back and look and everything else. He was the second running back in the game tonight ahead of Jabari Small. And I don't think that was because it was a specific play call for him. I think that's where they went this week. We'll see if that continues going into the South Carolina week. I think Jalen Wright's going to be fine. He got dinged up, didn't play in the second half. They got a bunch of guys beat up tonight.
Yeah.
We got to see how healthy they're going to get this week. That'll be a question.
I think Brew McCoy's in that same camp, and so's Aaron. Aaron Beasley.
Yeah.
I think he's fine. He kind of gave they gave me the thumbs up coming off the field when they were walking off. I'm good.
Yeah.
And the one I think could be potential would be Ramel Keaton. Hit that head when he went down on that deep ball.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. And John Campbell didn't play the entire second half, and I think that did not help the offensive line. They were starting to get a little continuity, and I think they had some protection issues in the third quarter. And, there was another shuffle there. So we'll see what that O-line looks like next week, too.
Speaking of that O-line continuity, Josh Heupel asked about Cooper Mays afterwards and just said Cooper did not feel like he could go in this football game. We'll see if he's any closer next week.
Yeah, and Josh Heupel's made it pretty clear it's on Cooper to when he feels like he's capable of playing. He's not being critical of him. He's not calling him out. Nobody'd read into that. But Josh Heupel doesn't have an answer other than Cooper's going to play when Cooper feels like he's ready to go play. And we'll see when that is. Nobody knows at this point in time when that is.
Tennessee wins at 45-14. They're now 3-1 on the year. Next week, a massive game, 7:30 right here against South Carolina. He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price for the Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill.